I don't understand what.
Alright. Recording?
Yes. Yeah.
Alright. With the assault on the foreign gods' highest of stations now underway, the party managed to make quick work of Target 5 in the tram, where his attempt to evade you all using an invisibility potion was quickly thwarted by Sophia. Meanwhile, the rest of you went about quickly neutralizing the witnesses. As a lot of you stood your ground while Wandu and drew his teleportation circle, many guards came to investigate the commotion. Though thanks to clever trickery by Quinn using his staff granted by being the highest station of the Goddess of Life, the guards to the south thought better to engage you all. Meanwhile, a barricade to the north, put together by Entiana, Biggs, and Quinn, completely blocked off the northern entrance of the tram, where Quinn caught fire to the barricade, as well as a group of guards that sought to use for cover, which did not go well. The Entiana then took advantage of this, tossing rubber objects into the fire, causing dark smoke to billow up and obstruct any vision to the tram from the north entrance. Once all was done, Bella revealed a useful new ability that she gained upon becoming the Hero of Darkness, which granted you all the ability to mask your escape. Upon reaching the marketplace, it was made quite clear that this would be ugly. No small number of guards and civilian witnesses were present. However, Bella assured that she had an idea, provided you could get Target 8 out of the marketplace. Which is exactly what Quinn, Biggs, and Wandering Wind did, with the short human woman proving to be powerless to stop her capture, with the trio snatching her away from her protectors before they even knew what happened. Once the kidnappers were clear from the immediate vicinity of the marketplace, Bella used her quintessence spellcraft and blue magic to cast an incredibly powerful control water spell, using the ocean to form a towering 60-foot wave stretching along the entirety of the marketplace. After crashing down on the market, she redirected the flow of the water to pull everything not bolted to the ground into the ocean, where she once again redirected the water, albeit this time to form a whirlpool, damning anyone caught into it to watery graves. Though, due to both the swiftness and silence of clearing out the marketplace like this, local guards in the area were none the wiser that anything had happened at all, affording Wandering Wind ample time to secure Target 8. With the party now several minutes ahead of Sophia's estimations, you all make your way to the docks, only to find the entirety of the docks employees on the west side of the area watching the massive fire in the tram station. Seizing the initiative, Bella immediately took action to once again use her spellcraft and blue magic to lay waste to the crowds gathered together, leaving only a small handful of greatly injured guards, as well as Target 9 all alone a few paces away. Yeah, things did not work out for them. I rolled to see, okay, who went to go look at the fiery bullshit? Okay, everyone. Okay, how huddled are they together? Yes.
Ouch. There's all that can be said about that.
So, yeah, she just wiped them all out with like 2 fireballs. So, making use of Alina, Quinn silently eliminated the guards while Entiana incapacitated the target. Once again, thanks to the swiftness and silence of eliminating these targets, no one aboard the ship across the docks looked to be any wiser as to about what just happened. Giving the party time to prepare the 2 large warehouses to catch fire on the mark, which would then distract those on the MM Merlin and give you all time to charge up the deck.
Dances with carrots.
Yeah, it was thoroughly doused with all sorts of lovely burnables. Though this is not before taking advantage of the weak point in the Malton pointed out, where taking up attacks on the uppermost sky sails of the ship could potentially cause most of the ship's sails to come toppling down to the deck below. With Quinn being the only one with a weapon in sight that can accurately hit such a small target at such a great distance, he began making preparations to snipe out the tanks. However, only to find himself pulled out of the flow of time by a very angry Belinda, which he had been expecting to show up before too long. Though Quinn pointed out what they were up to and what they have accomplished so far, and how it was thanks to Bella that things have gone so smoothly and you guys are so far ahead of schedule. In the face of this, Belinda's anger quickly was replaced by concern of how this would affect Bella. Though, thanks to Quinn's words of reassurance that the situation was being handled and that Bella isn't a little girl anymore, she'll be fine. Former Queen decided to leave the situation as is, as well as taking the rest of the day to look after herself as per Quinn's suggestion. Though in order for her to do that, something would have to be done about Sakura, where Belinda concluded that she would not need to worry about the Spider Matriarch getting into trouble with you all, as that is already what you guys are up to. No good. So she left her with you all to deal with. Sakura, having no qualms with slaughtering innocent civilians, was more than happy to help. Where after Quinn gave a quick explanation of what was happening, as well as the plan to storm the ship while those aboard distracted by the flaming warehouse, to everyone's surprise, Sakura stated that she could eliminate one of the Sky Sail's tacks. Meanwhile, Quinn would take the other at the same time, a claim that seemed dubious at best on the surface, because that's pretty far away. However, Spider Queen revealed herself to have a manifestation of the mind in the form of a white bow. One that would take incredible strength just to draw, not to mention aim. Then there was the issue of the adamantine arrow she intended to use as well. Despite the far-fetched claim, you all watched as the woman drew the powerful bow, and with seemingly no greater difficulty than if she were wielding a mere short bow. Suffice to say, this feat left the strongest amongst you all baffled at the sight of this, as Sakura was clearly not joking about her being able to hit attacks from this distance.
Wendell is like, what the fuck is this woman?
It's like, how strong is this bitch?
Yeah.
So with everything in place, Quinn called for the burning of the warehouses, where after a few seconds, he instructed Sakura to fire, and then himself to do the same a few seconds later, which resulted in both tacks of the uppermost sail being broken at almost the same time. The sudden loss of support caused the sail to begin to unfurl and fall back down onto the upper rigging of the ship's sails, where Malt was quickly proven to be absolutely right about these tacks being the ship's critical weakness. As its falling immediately began to break all of the rigging it fell onto, causing a chain reaction of every last sail of all three masts to become crashing down to the deck below, in what could only be described as a beautiful disaster, as it just toppled down like dominoes.
Reading that was so satisfying.
Yeah, I rolled to see how this went, and I was just like, oh, they both hit, they both break it, and then it's like, they hit it at pretty much the same time. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna take everything down. Because there was no delay with the weight just crushing down on it, and then everything just fell. As everything broke. However, you had no time to admire this, because the moment the tacks were confirmed to have been broken, you all rapidly advanced onto the ship. And that is where we continue, as you all quickly board the vessel to witness the devastation of what the sails falling to the deck wrought. And I will get that map in a minute. But yeah, so Quinn and Indiana, roll initiative, as a small number of those below deck come up to investigate what just happened, only to immediately find you all.
When you hear the sky falling.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck's going on up there?
Also, do you need a Sakura's token as well, I think?
Yeah. Although, hold on, I need a copy over. That I completely forgot to do.
Initiative. Does whatever initiative does.
Wait, so now...
between the two masts.
Did our run checks make it so that we could make it to the ship?
Yeah, you make
Before
it
this-
up in anywhere like
What the fuck? Oh my god.
so yeah.
What are these
So you can
red
place your
spots fire?
tokens anywhere in that yellow area. And all of that is difficult terrain.
Yeah, understandably.
There's canvas and pulleys and ropes and everything just scattered all over the place. As well as a bunch of stains on the canvas for the very unlucky guys underneath it all that would squish.
Oh, that's what that's what the tomato sauce is.
I was imagining that all right.
That the what?
Be here.
What the fuck did I just?
Well
Okay,
done.
I thought I did something, but I didn't.
You play soccer's token somewhere over there. Probably near Bella.
Also, the freaking warehouses are also on fire, so I can
And
handle that.
someone would catch those on fire for me.
Well, the pyro wants someone else to set them on fire.
Those are burning pretty hard. Like, they just completely went up in flames. Just
Well, a few minutes. It's like splashing around kerosene for a few minutes or whatever, uninterrupted, and then introduce a source of ignition. What do you mean it would burn quick?
Alright, let's see here. Green little spots.
Oh, I didn't. There.
Well done.
I forgot.
Well, I'm the one who usually forgets or misses things. Five
am
try.
I in combat at this point when I'm rolling it?
No.
Okay.
You're doing this as you're running up.
Yeah. Remember your minimum.
So
Yep.
you are running fast.
Fives is trying to steal my job with the missing stuff and forgetting things, Azu.
Not 62d10. That might be a little broken.
Hey, can I roll 62d10 for my skill stuff?
That's
So,
34.
I see everything.
Holy pupils, Batman.
Oh, didn't you know I'm actually a Terminator?
No.
Get down.
And
Come
also,
with me.
target 9 was target 9 spectrified already?
Yep, he's currently dead in Wandering Wind's playhouse.
Gotcha.
Right.
Um,
So, top of the round. Where is this? Alright, there's the turn order. I forgot to roll initiative for her and to include her, so that's gonna
Well done.
mess everything up.
You can just adjust each one by one.
No, I'm gonna have to change everything.
yeah.
Loop that.
Yes.
So, with these swashbucklers quickly coming on deck, surprised that the fuck just happened up here. Biggs takes aim at swashbuckler 4, then stops and waits a moment, then looks up at deckhand 4, who looks like it's beginning to move away to do something. He fires 2 shots up at the deckhand. Like, one hits him in the shoulder, then square in the chest, and he just falls back out of sight. He did.
Dead.
He then aims at deckhand 3 and takes a shot at him and, kind of hits him in the side. It's a good, clean shot. He's still up, but he's having a bad day. Go. Let's see. Olivine then takes aim and shoots at deckhand 3 and hits him square in the chest, and he falls over backwards out of sight. He dead.
Rip.
And then ends their turn. Kind of looking around. Deckhand 4. Forgot you did.
Wah.
Deckhand 4 dead, and then Deckhand 3 and 4 dead. Yeah.
So Sakura then takes aim at deckhand 1 before firing 3 attacks in quick succession, which just hit this guy like in the side of the chest and in the shoulder, and he falls over out of sight. He dead.
Jesus. This is the kind of ass spider that you never want to see on your wall, holding a fucking short bow. Also
He
ripped out
then
of the
moves over here. Wait, no. She begins moving over here and just starts running up the pole of the mast. Very, very quickly.
Jesus.
Don't choke.
Just spidering her way up.
Spider-Man.
That ends her turn. And Quinn, your turn.
Is she climbing like Sadako on the wall?
Yeah, she's just climbing up the thing.
No, but I mean like, look like joints twisted in unnatural ways, kind of like the limbs of a spider, but like.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just climbing up there really, really fast. She might have a pretty high climb speed.
Understandably.
He also might be able to ignore difficult terrain.
Suffice it to say.
Yeah, she just walked across all this bullshit like it was nothing.
I imagine that she has a permanent spider climb on, by virtue of being a spider. regardless of her current form.
If she didn't, I'll be confused.
Well, all of these guys left get a hunter's mark on them.
Because they can do that as your ranger self.
As a hunter ninja.
Hunter. Mark.
Markety. Let's see. And I'm gonna take out my BBB. It's a bit longer range, but still within 100 feet. And I'm gonna start firing at Swashbuckler 1.
Swoosh.
Fortunately, going prone in this scenario isn't exactly optimal, so...
Yeah, the whole deck is very, like, uneven all over the place.
Sounds like a skill issue to me.
It is. I'm not as good a strategist as you are. 39.
That hits.
And that also deals extra, like, lightning, I think.
Yep.
Yep, at least 16. Oh my god, this is gonna hurt like a bitch. Plus D6 plus 2D10. That's 33 mixed damage of piercing and lightning.
So as the swashbuckler, kind of like bursts through the doors over there and like starts looking around, seeing all this chaos, you just take a shot at this guy. And he manages to kind of duck away a bit and avoid the hit not being as bad as it could have been.
Yep, uncanny dodge.
Yep.
Let's do that one, right?
Yeah, uncanny
but
dodge is one attack per round.
No, which one? Number.
Oh,
it was 33 mixed.
No, which guy? One, right?
Ollie.
Swashbuckler 1, yes.
Alright. What else do you do?
Attack him again. That's a nat 1. What the fuck?
I was thinking in my head, please don't that again. Well,
So with him
Yeah.
having dodged out of the way for first shot, you quickly correct and take a shot right at him. And you hear
Click.
It's a click.
clearing shot.
Somewhere in North Quimang, there's a very, very localized rain cloud right now. Let's see. I have to use my fucking next or my bonus to
Clear it.
clear it. Yeah. Because
Jesus, your
fools-
luck with attack rolls as a gunner is fascinating.
Very much so. $31.
Yeah, so you're able to clear it out enough. Oh.
Nice. That's one attack wasted, though. It was that... Yeah, because it wastes your next attack, yeah.
Yep.
God damn it.
Well, it won't do anything for your next turn. All it does, it expends a round of ammunition. It doesn't actually eat the attack.
No,
Well,
it
unless it breaks. So technically, you can do the attack again, but you have to have used the bonus action. potentially free it.
No.
Yeah.
So Sophia moves over here, takes a stance as she like points her rapier back while kind of holding her arm below it, before she just darts over to this guy in an instant, just and then stabs him.
With the bow.
Which
not
is then
the
very. What?
I was making a joke when you were saying she stabbed the guy, and I was like, with the bow itself.
She doesn't have a bow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her rapier sticks this guy, twirls around and then sticks him twice again real quick on the other side. And he's just overwhelmed by this. And he like falls back a bit to here. Sophia then holds out a palm in his direction as a lightning just shoots out at him, quickly followed by a fireball in rapid succession. He's not dead, but he's not doing good.
Literal shock therapy.
What? There we go. Swashbuckler 4 is there. Where are you? So this guy moves over here to help his buddy, but he's kind of like hopping through things, stepping over little like lumps of canvas and rope, so he's not able to get very far. So then he draws a pistol and takes 2 shots at Sophia. And as soon as he goes to shoot, just click, and nothing happens. Like looks at his pistol, yeah, it's like throws it aside.
I'm not alone!
He draws another pistol, and then takes a shot. For this one, Sophia quickly looks his direction as happens, swings a rapier, and just chink! A loud clang of metal hitting metal as she just parries the shot, and the swashbucklers look at her like, the fuck?
The gun is commiserating.
Like, how fast is this woman's reaction? Yeah, she just parries the bullet with her rapier, no problem.
That would be fucking horrifying, though, to witness.
Alright, Swashbuckler 3 use a turn. Runs up on Sophia and draws his cutlass and takes some swings at her.
Bro, you just shot her to like a bullet. What are you smoking?
So he slashes into her arm with one slash and spins to the side as he then goes to cut her across straight through her midsection, but she manages to just kind of dip away enough where she didn't get cut along her upper chest. That looked like it hurt.
And suddenly I'm disappointed.
Reminds me of that freaking Merovingian meme in Matrix. He's just a man. She's just a woman. Kill her.
Like, bro, you just saw the bitch deflect the bullet. Why are you riding up on her? Don't worry, I got this.
Sophia, where's your seat? Anyway. Alright, so violent ones swirl around him before instantly dissipating. And as he goes to take a swing at Sophia, she quickly jumps back and does a large backflip all the way over to there.
Damn.
Both Swashbuckler 1 and 3 go to try to attack her, but she's gone before they can even react. Yeah, she just flipped like 30 feet in that direction.
That's
Just
not a
normal
fucking
even,
thought.
by the way.
He goes to take a swing at her, but then you hear click.
Fuck.
Glowing with like red energy, which then dissipates as she lands.
Huh. That
Quinn, you're
seems
like, that
familiar.
must be her red magic.
Yep. Has to be.
And yeah, fuck, my sword down.
Yeah, my
Deckhand 4, you're dead. Robin. Robin then takes aim at Swashbuckler 1 with her rifle that she's using. Takes 2 shots at this guy. First one, he manages to take it, but he kind of like limps off to the side a bit. But then the second shot hits him square in the chest, and he just flips that backwards and just falls on the stairs behind him. He did.
Nice.
Preparing. She's saving resources. Daisy's turn.
Oh boy.
Wendell, struggling to get through this, doesn't get very far. She then aims her FRM-1 at Swashbuckler 3, who kind of looks her way just in time for just a hail of bullets to just rain across him.
Remember, the most effective weapon is the stick that can stab you the furthest.
So he manages to, duck aside to, avoid the first salvo of bullets, but she immediately follows up with bunch, and this guy just gets riddled with just bullets all across him.
Oh,
And he
no.
falls down. he dead.
No.
She fired a lot at that guy. She's like, they're pretty tough. And that ends her turn. And she just reloads real quick. Yeah, she can reload with a bonus action.
Being what was she again? An artillery specialist?
Yeah, she's an artillery specialist. She's really good with weapons.
Yeah. Handling that gun like
Yeah, she reloaded that in seconds. Just
damn.
Alright, let's see. And next up is Swashbuckler 2,
Yeah.
who's not very happy. Because he did. Oh, no, not 2. So let's see. 1.
So, Swashbuckler 2 is full health. Swashbuckler 1 is at 33%.
So one is supposed
So this
to be
guy
dead.
runs along here, kind of like jumps up on the mast and then pushes off of it to land right there.
Damn. Wondering when we're happy to have a 15 foot attack of opportunity radius, would he?
He does have a 10-foot one, but not 15.
Fuck.
So this guy like quickly swings at Wendell with 3 attacks. Why does that not work?
Which one?
Oh, it's the command on Discord. So Wendell's not able to evade these attacks due to the terrain around her just not giving her very good footing. And he manages to quickly slice her, like, on the arm, shoulder, and side, as she kind of, like, braces for the attack. Put that for easy. Alright. So, with these attacks managing to hit quite cleanly on her, violence swirl around the swashbuckler, instantly dissipating, and he very quickly makes 3 more attacks, all of which hitting Wendell, as she's not the best at evading attack.
Oh god. When was gonna go down here?
Wendell, where's your sheep? There you are. So despite taking these hits, she's still up. She's a pretty hardy little gnome.
It's like a walking tank.
Let's see, and That was 2. Swashbuckler 1, what are you doing? You're dead.
Get back to your eternal rest.
Deckhand 3 is dead.
Yep, so...
Indiana.
Tiana, your turn.
Well. I think I do declare that I'm being a dork and talking like this. I do solemnly declare, good sir, that I might be having a little too much fun with that.
Perhaps.
Who's the effective range? Okay, Buddy is definitely in that effective range, so okay. Alright. No, it's one attack roll for the 6 bullets, if I recall, with this MP.
Yep. Essentially, you take the damage and 6 times that. So that'd be 12d8 and then 64 if you hit.
So it's 2d8 because that thing plus 5 plus 3.
I'll be right back. Just press on.
You know,
31.
ahead.
My Swashbuckler 2.
yeah, so as Swashbuckler 2 comes up and starts attacking Wendell, you take aim on him for a little surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
And I'm assuming you want the damage types separate.
That is correct.
So that are 6 2d8 plus 3 plus. That's it. I feel like I might have reversed the last time symbol.
Yeah, you need
The thing
just RR1. You don't need a less than. Like, reroll less than 1. Good thing there's no zeros on that die.
Honestly, it's
Reroll
yummy.
zeros.
Honestly, it's yummy, so I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
What's the point? Now I want to know what a zero-sided. Well, no, that's called a marble. I'm rolling
That's
marbles.
just a marble.
Take this, asshole!
Reroll any marbles.
Reroll marble.
What was my mind?
You need 4 more of those.
Right. There you go. 18 Hellfire on top of it. The Pierce. So that's 89 damage on him from just that first spray. The first spurt.
So this initial spray of bullets, this guy catches on and manages to, duck out of the way a bit, but you still kind of get him up on the shoulder and side a bit. Pretty good hit on him. So he's hurting, but pretty much otherwise fine.
Time for a second bout of it at him. So that's 12. That's another 6 bullets.
Yeah, suffice to say that hits. And just like machine gun go burr.
Yep.
Five twos in a row there. For another 80 damage.
So after just, riddling this guy with, bullets, he's not looking good. He's kind of staggering.
Yeah.
He's still up, but...
Let's see. Bonus action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Spiritual weapon! Another spiritual cutlass.
Oh, a shimmering cutlass appears over by this guy.
$33.
So after this guy takes, a whole bunch of damage from this, your spectral cutlass appears behind him and just slashes him across the back, and he just falls forward onto a mound of gambit. He dead.
Nice.
Okay, I didn't even need to roll the damage. I'll take it.
Yeah, he was not doing good. Your minimum damage would have killed him.
Well, it's only 1d8 plus casting mod for damage, so yeah.
Yeah, he was hanging on by a thread.
What, 1 HP or 2 beforehand?
He did.
Good.
Okay. That's my action. That's my actions dealt with.
So, next turn.
I just realized my valor should be 3, not 2, because one from when I decapped the one sumbitch earlier.
Deckhand 1 is currently surprised. Wandering Wind. No, he's no longer surprised. Alright. So who moves up over here a little bit to get better aim on this guy? It takes his FRM1 and just unloads on number 4. Swashbuckler manages to, dive away a bit from the first attack of bullets, but Wonderwind quickly corrects and just unloads pretty much the rest of his magazine into the guy. He's just like, these guys are tough. Oh yeah, Swashbuckler 4 dead. Blech.
Give me something more horrifying than a fucking 7-foot goddamn grey tabby walking at you with a fucking SMG.
Generic gray tabby tabaxi with a fucking submachine gun. He dead.
Ow.
Blech.
And there's only the last idiot on deck before Operation Burn Arson the top of this thing.
Wait, are all the swashbucklers dead?
Yep.
It shows me that
I forgot to put him dead.
It shows 3 and 4 are still up.
Yeah, I forgot. I did the rolls, but I forgot to input them.
No worries.
Alright. See, Bella's turn. Bella kind of just drifts above all of this bullshit. And then flies straight up. Looks to be about 60 feet. Where she holds out a hand as cold air swirls around her hand in front of her before then moving forward a bit. As it then condenses into a long lance of ice.
Ooh.
Which she then thrusts her hands forward as it just shoots across and just crashes into Deckhand 1. He manages to kind of like move to the side a bit, but gets caught in his shoulder, like literally just stuck in him. Bella then snaps her fingers and it explodes.
That looks like a big version of Ice Knife.
Ice Lance.
Oh, he's looking pretty rough after that. But he's still up. When? Roll Arcana.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Knowledge Arcana.
And Bella then just kind of like falls back down. And just catches herself right before she lands.
23 Arcana. Knowledge Arcana.
You have never seen a spell like that before. Not only do you not recognize the spell, you do not recognize the spell casting.
Huh.
Oh, you have no fucking clue what that was. Other than something you've certainly never seen before.
Because Quinn hasn't seen a lot of her opportunity casting.
No, like this was different. That was a different type of spell casting.
Or something entirely different from what we know out of character as well, though?
Well, out of character, you know that that's quintessence.
Yeah, sorry, quintessent.
Yeah, it was a quintessence spell.
Yeah.
It was a Quinn spell.
Whom the only one who would have been able to really see it. Besides Sakura.
Biggs would have seen it. Wendell would have kind of seen it.
Yeah.
Wandering Wind, Sophia.
They saw
this
the
might-
ice lance jet across and then explode.
Yeah,
Okay,
Indiana would have seen it too.
NPCs. Besides the NPCs, I mean.
Indiana would
I
have seen
can too. Where are you? There you are.
Indiana would have had a straight line of sight, I think. And Sakura, kind of, depending on how.
Alright, back to top of the round. Biggs! Who takes aim at this guy and fires 2 shots. Pow. Well, the first one kind of like blows him backwards, and he falls back out of sight just before the second one cuts to where he was. He's like, well, he was softened up. he took additional damage from the first attack.
Yeah, you have ice chunks in you.
So with the last one inside, bleh.
Good.
The Sophia kind of moves over here towards the center. All right. Be ready for anything. They're likely expecting us to wait for an ambush, but watch for them. She takes like a ready stance.
What's Sophia? I'm trying to find a thing this forever to gauge roughly how Sophia's health is looking right now.
Yeah, she drinks a potion because, ouch.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say I have something I can do for her that I have yet to use because I'm my own patron. The Celestial Warlock thing, Healing Lights.
Yeah, do you offer
How much
to
do you use? Because she took. Well, her and Wendell both took a bit of damage.
Equal to 1+ Warlock level that I can throw at her.
Well, roll dice.
do?
So you'll go. She'll use something based off of that afterwards.
I'm just reminding myself, okay, roughly, I have a total of 11 I can throw here.
As good a time as any.
What the hell? I'll throw them now while we have an opportunity to save the more finite resources. So, good job. Good job, Ark. He is stuck. Reroll 111d8. 51 healing there.
There you go.
So as she's getting ready, use a potion, you use that, and healing energy kind of swirls around her, and she looks pretty much fine after that. Oh, thank you.
No problem. Considering Warlock, I'm assuming that would put the Dujigger into charisma experience.
This is true.
That is correct.
That is correct. The Mondo.
Considering I threw 11 there, I'm assuming 11 into charisma XP.
It's still one casting, so effectively, I would say so.
Well, no, this is for attribute experience. So yeah, it would be for each.
Oh, okay. I see.
What? Wait a minute.
Interesting.
1 plus warlock level. I could do 1 more d8.
Well, Wendell's pretty hurt.
Here, Gwendol, have 4 HP.
It
Yeah,
helps.
some.
Because the one who took it the hardest right there.
Yeah, Wendell
Right.
then quaffs one of her really good potions and manages to pretty much heal all the way back up. Mostly.
Nice.
And then drinks a little potion. And she's feeling much better.
Well, Sakura's pulling a little mermaid up on the mast somewhere.
Yep.
She's up
Well,
on the mast. Let me find this.
La da da, la da da.
Wendell, where are you? There you are. I
no.
forgot to move your sheet into active NPCs.
So we're about on this deck would be the best spot to initiate ignition with the infernal fire.
Burning anything to the south is gonna just make this canvas just go up in flames. So you think probably, burning parts of the aft castle up above will probably, get their attention without just causing a wave of fire to wash across the deck.
Because if we can force them to leave their area and come to us instead,
That is the plan. Sakura's up over there.
Oh my god. How high up is she?
She's like 60 feet up.
Holy fuck.
all right, North Castle. Based on the name, I'm assuming it's the northern part of the boat.
Yeah, the part that's not covered in canvas.
While that's
All right.
happening, Quinn would walk over totally not to Robin. Go like, what's the crew like on this thing anyway?
Well, they're very experienced, as you saw, but the canvas made it very difficult for them to maneuver. Though they're not the ones I'm worried about.
Me neither, which is why I'm kind of wondering that is the south aft really the only place that we should have people coming in from?
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Fantastic.
So you just light the aft castle on fire, like all along the edges of it.
Because the Hellfire Eldritch Blast I can do.
Yeah, so you're just like pew 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 pew, just shooting all over here, and the upper part just kind of engulfs in flames. Sophia then kind of brings her hands to the side, and now we wait, because they're gonna notice that very soon. And with that, we return back to the gnome and their picnic.
In the meantime, I'm going to a more centralized place on this thing, though, so I can react to either side.
Oh yeah, and you noticed something, Quinn. Now the combat has died down.
What do I notice?
Oh, that's Mel's MP3 player. It's saying I didn't start the fire. That was bad.
You notice this person setting up on the mast, kind of looking down at you all.
Who?
That's a good question.
Oh, okay.
You kind of do a double take and you realize this person's sitting up there.
Quinn would kind of like be like, look at her. Would I recognize her as being anything specific?
Well, she's pretty high up there. She's about like 90, maybe 100 feet away from you from here. And She kind of looks like a witch.
Quinn's gonna take a look through the BBB scope to get a better look because
You're
she's
just
far
like,
away.
huh? So you kind of like, raise your weapon, kind of like peer through the scope, and yeah, that's definitely a witch. A purple witch, but you don't know of any purple witches. She just kind of gives like a small wave in your direction when she realizes you're literally scoping her.
I take it that that's not one of the crew, is it, Rob? Is it? Looks at Robin.
No, definitely not. She
Looks like
kind of pauses. Huh.
looks like we have an audience then. Don't disappoint.
She stops and like looks around. Isn't this where Amber and Fiona would be about? Somewhere hanging around?
Exactly
I haven't
what...
seen them at all today. Kind of brings a hand to her chin with a difficult expression. It's like, normally those two are floating around.
I think he's gonna come over and just bar the scope long enough to look through that. And mental link to see if, like, because of mental link to see if Fella can tell me who that is.
So yeah, you see that is most definitely a witch, but not one that you recognize. As far as you're aware, there's 8 of them.
Yeah, I've seen every single last one of them, so I'm like, what shenanigans is this?
Yeah, you're like, Valikos, you know of the other 8 too. This one is clearly new. You have no idea who this is.
Mental link. Fella, can you tell me who that is?
Were you born yesterday? Yes, as a matter of
You
fact.
just kind of get it through the mental link. That's the new girl. And that's all she says.
Well, I'm assuming she cannot say the specifics.
Oh, you're pretty sure she can. She's just choosing not to.
Okay. Curious. Per a contact of my patrons, that whoever that is up there is new. Handing the scope back.
Kind of figured myself. Good to have affirmation on that. Well, long as she just observes, I've no issues with her being here.
Well, based on the patterns of the others, I would assume that's all. I'm pretty sure that's all she's doing.
Ben, roll logic. And Tiana, roll logic at advantage.
$23 on logic.
Skill drift. Puppy power. 18.
Right.
Damn. So what's the 18 on the logic text say?
Fixing this. Alright, Tiana. You think about this, and it's like, this is a witch of something. But you don't know the greater cosmic elements that well, so it's one of them. When you think about it, and you're like, okay, she's clearly here doing what Amber and Fiona would, essentially watch to make sure no one's up to any funny business. And so, considering there's just one of her, makes you wonder just how efficient she is at this, because, yeah, you think she's doing Amber and Fiona's job.
Huh.
Which then begs the question, where are Amber and Fiona?
Yeah, because I would know Amber and Fiona are certainty and possibility.
Yeah, you know essentially all the, the greater cosmic elements are represented by the witches, but as far as you're aware, you don't know of any other.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't know that Potential's one of them. He only knows the others because of the witches. So you
Yeah.
can only assume this is a witch of something.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, something. Something that you don't know.
The great mystery woman, witch of something. Well, not my problem right now. He'd say out loud.
He's pretty much just like, eh. Alright, now we go to Emmy.
Okay.
And Picnic. For a while. Except it doesn't want to play. Why the fuck is it being like this?
I do not know.
It's being fickle. Like, why are some tracks just not working? Whenever you're recording.
Yep, I am doing so.
Alright, so we return back to the other side of town where all is peaceful and calm still. So, with Malt and Eliwick having a bit of a girls' day out, went off to go to Brewell's everywhere to see get Malton outfit.
Yeah.
Which you did get a nice summer dress with some boots. And I can't remember what color was the dress. Was it?
It was
brown?
it was like earthy yellow.
Like an earthy, sandy yellow color. Yes. And yeah, so Malt looks to be very casual compared to her usual appearance of work clothes. And so then you headed to Danelle's Better Bakery for some pastries, where you encountered Mariana having an existential crisis of what sugar to pick.
Yeah.
So then you all got yourself some pie, I believe.
She got pie and Eliwick got a cinnamon roll and a muffin.
Yep. And so with that, the two of you head to the park and then, sit down for a little picnic. And that is where we continue over here.
Nom nom nom. So it just takes a moment to breathe in and take in all of the sights of the park. For digging into her cinnamon roll. Nah. So at
Alright.
okay, you got that one. Cool, yes.
I hope I do.
Yep, seems good.
Yeah, Malt takes a small little fork and just kind of takes a piece of her pie and just eats it. She just looks very, very happy right now.
Are the birds out singing?
She's just like, this is delicious.
Take a bite out of my own as well. Oh, I missed this. Would it happen to be
It
any
is warm
birds?
and gooey and cinnamon. This is a really good cinnamon roll.
That's great. Oh, almost want one myself now. But yeah, I just kind of want to know if there are birds anywhere in the vicinity.
Well, you imagine there are some. You just don't see any.
Huh.
The birds come and go all over around here.
I'm gonna take a moment just to see if I spot any I recognize. Like, this is a prime opportunity to do some bird watching for a sec. What did you say?
Roll spot
Thank you.
for Barb.
Yeah. 10 plus. I think that's my mod. That's 33. If I did that correctly.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm only proficient. Yeah. Okay, so take away 5. 28.
So you take a look around, and you notice in the tree, the big tree behind you guys, to the south, you see a couple of robins just kind of hopping around the branches. And over to the southeast, you notice that there's a woodpecker there. So it doesn't appear to be pecking, it's more so looking around, like it says trying to find a place to start.
It's been a while since I've gone bird watching.
As you look up right above you, there's a crow looking right down at you. More specifically, looking at what you're eating. So despite this, it makes no attempt to do anything, because it certainly knows better. But it's just kind of eyeing your food. Like crows would normally do, they're just like, that looks good, but I'm not gonna try. If you were a significantly smaller creature, it would probably try to take it from you.
I'm gonna just giggle to myself a bit and hiding the rest of the treat. I'm gonna take a portion of a small bit of it, and I'm gonna toss it in a direction toward where it's looking.
So you kind of like toss it a bit to the side, and it just kind of like sits there, like watches it for a moment. It like tilts its head towards like the piece you broke off to you, the piece you broke off to you, or then kind of like hops along the branch, or then swooping down, kind of just walks over to it all slowly, before then quickly snatching it and flying off somewhere to the west.
Hope I made that one day.
Like, this is sus.
Hope I made that one day. Maybe I'll see it around sometime.
Well, it gives a small nod at that. I would imagine so. It's a really nice cinnamon roll.
Take another bite of them.
Meanwhile, the other birds in the area don't seem to have much interest in you. They're just going about their day doing bird things. You don't notice any other birds that particularly stand out. You do notice off to the north, you see a couple of smaller birds, but you can't really make out what they are. They're too far away. But there's actually a bunch of them up in the tree directly north of you, and they're just kind of, fluttering around.
And there's that
also
Oblissus
looking around. I can't say that I look at birds that often. Normally, I don't think too deeply about what they are doing.
Personally, I find them real fascinating. They're always busy, going about, singing their songs and building their nests. They're really cute to look at, for one thing. But also...
So kind of like you. She just offers a small smile.
Oh, you flatter me, Malt. But...
She's like, always moving around, being busy. She's like, oh, like you.
But yeah, I just find it relaxing. So I like birds. They're very diligent folk. And very clever too.
She gives a small nod at that.
There's a reason why a lot of us folk have used birds in the past as partners and as messengers.
Well, you are a forest gnome, so I guess that is to be expected. Though, most small creatures don't care to have much to do with me.
Oh? I think I'm just gonna like give her a curious look. You're very.
Well, you know what Tinker Gnomes is? They spend the overwhelming majority of their lives underground.
True.
Like, they don't come to the surface often. They do here because of just how the society is built.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a rock gnome society below, which is normally where they would go. So essentially, you see, forest or Tinker Gnomes running around up here. It's rare, but they do come up every so often. That and Mulch is easily recognized by most people up here because she would normally be up walking around. Though not since she took off several months ago, but before that, Malt was always up here.
I can't imagine many
Generally
small...
with you.
Yeah, I get ya. I can't imagine many small creatures would be offended by your presence. You're a very calm person.
Well, it's more so we lack the magic that you have.
I suppose. And she just kind of gets all bit by a look of excitement. Maybe we can go bird watching together another day and try and get you acquainted with some other local wildlife.
It kind of offers a little smile at that. Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt, as I don't particularly mind animals one way or another. Though, since it's important to you, that works for me.
Oh, you're too sweet, Malt. He gets a bit of a thoughtful look. Guess I did make a couple of friends back in the forest, but I don't know. Probably another place better to explore.
Speaking of forests, she kind of points at you with her fork. What exactly happened? You mentioned that it happened in the Scotinus forest, yes?
Yes.
Though you never really said exactly what happened.
Well, but as good as time as any. Talk about it.
She offers a small nod and then just kind of waits expectantly as she takes another bite out of her pie.
Meg also takes a small bite and then washes it down with a bit of water from her tankard. She closes her eye for a second. As you know, Mart, we've been traveling for some time. Ever since we set foot here, we wanted to network a lot, to do some networking and get our business established on this side. But dear old Papa, at one point, said that he wanted us to take a break and settle down with some of our old extended family. And
He nods at that. A lot of us are out networking currently. We have not been here too long. In fact, it is largely why I went to Marina. Well, that and to hide, so to speak.
it was a couple of days before one of the festivals over in over in the Red Dragon. Around that time of year, so a lot of our family were kind of preparing our own. And that was when...
Your mom talking to you? Take that as a yes.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I asked her if her mom's talking to
There was
her, and
somebody
I'm
at the
like,
door.
Ah,
That wasn't any... Alright, where was I?
Alton asked you what happened in the Scotinus Forest.
Yeah, I was
Because you
doing that.
mentioned that your parents were vanished,
Hmm?
and that she came to
Right.
realize that herself.
Yeah, I was building.
She doesn't know exactly what happened.
Hmm. But all that aside, it was the following night. The day after we arrived the day after we arrived. That I just happened to wake up in the middle of the night. I heard a strange noise. And I got up to investigate. I found that a lot of my family had just seemingly vanished. My
Do you
father...
recall any
No.
signs of them having left, or maybe a struggle, or anything at all?
No. I checked the rooms and they weren't any there. I went to look outside. And just about all I could find was a couple of footprints heading towards deeper into the forest. Obviously, I found this
Was it a
situation.
few sets, or was it just one?
There were a few
Does
sets,
it look
indeed.
like many came?
There were a few sets, indeed. I believe it must have been all the ones that were missing. I hurried and
That's
grabbed
very curious.
I hurried and grabbed my pack and a dagger for protection, and I ran in after them, trying to follow the footprints and figure out what's going on. And I kept running deeper and deeper in, calling out to them, just confused and scared out of my mind. Eventually, the trail went cold. It was like it just stopped. I couldn't see anything else. It was just dark. I was surrounded on all sides by trees and bushes. I realized that whatever was going on, it was something eerie. So I moved to head back. But... And you know me. So when I say that at that point in time, I didn't know where I was in the forest.
Walt looks very surprised at that. Before she takes a bite out of her pie, like a thoughtful look for a moment, before then pointing the fork at you again. But you're a forest gnome.
Not
Forest gnomes don't get lost in forests.
Not only that, but perfect recall, remember? Ever since I was a little lass, I could always recount everything that happened in my life with almost perfect clarity. I made sure to note where I was going. I would have been able to find my way back easy, but I couldn't recognize any of the environment. It was like it changed. No matter where I went, it just became less and less familiar, and finally I was just stuck.
Because as far as I am aware, the Scotinus Forest is enchanted, though it's only does these particular things to those loyal to the Red Dragon Empire, though you hold no such affiliation. Though it makes no sense that the forest would react to you in that way. Though what I find very curious is that all of those people who left did so without warning you. You would think that if they were to go look to investigate something, they would make sure that everyone was alright. But that's not what
Exactly.
happened.
Exactly. It's almost like they were spirited away or something. Well, obviously they seem to have walked inside, but after that, I don't know what happened to them. Are you still
Paul pauses for a moment. It sounds almost like compulsion. As in, they were drawn out into the forest. Though,
But then I don't know why I was unaffected. I just woke up in a panic and followed them of my own volition. I wasn't taken. I was just stuck in the forest by myself. And I was...
the only thing that comes to mind is whatever happened to them did not work on you. That or it failed to work on you. Though that brings another question. Kind of brings a finger to her cheek. And she looks off into nowhere. Why would it not work on you, but work on everyone else?
Exactly, that's something I've been wondering about. I've been looking into various different angles as to figure out what happened. Nothing conclusive. I read up all about Fae and about aberration creatures, and there are similarities, but nothing that would give me more insight.
She nods. This is hardly my area of expertise. However, this may just be a good question for your grandmother.
That's what I plan to do. But yeah, to finish the story, I ended up walking around a lot until I just figured I'd give up. Seeing as I wasn't able to find a way out, I instead focused on surviving the best I could until I could figure something out. So I was effectively isolated for... She actually pauses for a moment. I think it was a couple of weeks. Yeah, I think that was it. Subsisted on what I could scavenge and a couple of animals I hunted. And then eventually I managed to... It was the strangest, darndest thing, but once I stopped thinking about getting outside, I was actually able to get some degree of understanding of my environment. I couldn't find the place where I came in from, but I could manage to recognize specific points and return to them. I became familiar with some of the most populated spots for game and wildlife. I knew where all the berries were. I knew where to find a river. And then, as I was exploring a different portion of the area, I happened over some sort of temple. That's when I found strange artifacts, and she just kind of lifts a finger for a second, and there's a tiny little spectral bird standing on it. And that's when I found these guys.
Describe this temple. What did it look like?
It's sort of open. It had a couple of domes, so made of, I think, marble. And it was surrounded by imagery to the Beast Mother.
Walt looks a little surprised at this. While I can't say that I know the area very well,
I need to double
I
check.
do know.
Double check. It was either the Beast Mother or the Huntress. It's been a while since I've D&D'd. Forgive me.
Oh, do your D&D. Find out what it is.
Oh, actually, yeah, I think it was a Huntress. There was the imagery of the Huntress.
Walt looks even more surprised at this. Well, relatively speaking anyway. Surprised from Walt.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's very curious. You would think, with your lineage, that the Huntress likely wouldn't want anything to do with you, as your bloodline is very much favored by the Beast Mother.
I actually hadn't considered that until now. I've just been so much in a rush trying to figure out everything else.
It seems almost as if the forest itself had turned on you, and it was the Huntress's blessing that allowed you to leave. And points at the little bird on your finger.
Exactly, because once I found the artifact that held these spirits, they went and showed me the way out, and like it was nothing to it.
Shadow gets like a pensive look at that. I think this may be a question for your grandfather, actually.
That's a good point.
Because, technically speaking, Jin points at the bird again, that isn't an animal.
No,
It's a spirit.
Yeah, it just looks like an animal. That much I was able to tell. And what wonder spirits they are. If it weren't for them, I'd probably still be stuck in there, even now.
That's very curious. Though I suppose we can't really figure out too much here between the two of us. Then finishes the last bit of her pie. Though, the day is young, as they say.
That's true.
She brings a hand to her chest.
Speaking of young malt, I've been meaning to ask you again. Because when we're talking about the prospect of settling down, you seemed a bit pensive, like you had to think about it. And I'm kind of curious what's on your mind regarding it.
She kind of pauses on that. Well, I can't say that anyone had really caught my eye, as I don't exactly get along too much with others, or at least not many care to try. I'm not the most social individual.
Yeah. That can be a challenge for you, but you're a sweet gal, Malt. Anyone that gives you the time of day will readily see that.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Let me see. I have inspiration. I will use it. Here we go. The merchantry file that comes in handy. Key Ch.1 plus. And that's a 5 plus 2d6. No, it's not a 6. It's a 5 plus 2d6. And it's 35 and the natural 20. I get that back.
So, at your question, Malt pauses for a moment. Well, I do suppose there was one person who caught my interest, so to speak. Though, unfortunately, nothing will come of that.
Then looks really sad.
Nothing will come of that? Oh. Actually, do I... Yeah, because Alec doesn't know about the situation, so...
What situation?
The person that she's speaking of. Because she doesn't know anything about what happened.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I know. So she just kind of goes quiet about a bit about that. Can I roll insight?
Roll insight.
2d. Okay, Ch.1 plus 6 plus 2, 8, 6. Multi-insight. That's a 24 on her demeanor when she said that.
You've never seen Malt like this before. Normally, she has a pretty good handle of her emotions. So generally, she's either kind of a baseline of neutral or cheerful at times. You've never really seen Malt genuinely sad. Although she, based on what she said, whatever had happened really bothered her. And when she regards to it no longer, have an opportunity to go somewhere, it almost sounds as if it ended in tragedy. Otherwise, Malt wouldn't seem this way.
I scooch on over a bit and wrap her in a hug in response.
She just kind of smiles. Thank you. Though I am fine now.
Alright. Just lean on me if you ever have if the burden ever goes too heavy. I'll always be your friend.
Some things are just not meant to be, I suppose. He then manages a small smile.
Well,
I'll be okay.
There's plenty of fish in the sea. I'm sure one day you're still looking for him. You'll find your one.
He nods. Thank you.
Thanks for indulging me, Mont.
Even pauses for a moment. Yeah, it's fine. Kind of trails off as she looks over to the east.
Yeah.
Is that smoke? She points over that way.
I turn to follow her finger.
Yeah, it's a bit of smoke just kind of trailing up from over in the direction to the east. And you think the only thing over there is the tram station.
Why is it smoking in the tram station?
That is a very good question. There isn't much flammable over there. Kind of crosses her arms.
I like to roll conclusion to see if Alec's able to figure out what's going on.
It's a terrorist attack.
Roll conclusion. See, she has no idea what everyone else is up to.
I know, that's what I'm saying. She has no clue.
Yeah, roll conclusion.
Okay,
19.
there we go.
Suffice to say, there's probably some emergency going on over there. Because fires are not common around here. At least none that can't be put out quickly.
I'm sure Fibes will appreciate what I put in discussion of it.
I hope everyone's alright.
Yep.
Smoke on the water, fire in the sky.
Hum.
Possibly. Though I can't say I do much for putting out fires. Though I can technically start them. He's kind of shoots you a little smile at that.
Oh, I know. Remember your stints in the mines? Always blew yourself up. Not only once, but thrice.
Gives a small shrug at that, like. Well, what can I say? We tinker gnomes are used to tinkering, even if things don't always work out the best. Though, it was fine this time.
Yeah, this time. And you best be grateful I was there with you to stop you from to see you from yourself. She kind of flash her a grin.
Kind of gets like a bit of an embarrassed blush as she like scratches your cheek. Yeah, I suppose I cannot deny that one.
But no seriousness. We'll make a great team.
She then stands up. Shall we be going?
Sure.
I don't see what else to do around here other than sit and talk, I suppose.
Sure, I could definitely stand to look around a little more. Oh, it's been way too long since I've set foot in this town.
Likewise. I wonder what all they have got accomplished down in the south, because a lot of the block there was not yet finished. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, your store was one of the few things that were finished of that block. The rest just kind of came to be. So
Sounds about right.
really,
That sounds about right. Let's head on down.
she offers a nod.
Yeah. Oh, baba.
From what I saw earlier, there was also a bunch of buildings being raised up just outside of my home. Well, relatively speaking, anyway. And you recall that you guys walked past a bunch of new buildings
Yeah.
that don't seem to have a particular purpose yet. They haven't yet to been given to whomever.
Yeah, so that's the ones that are like next to On The Go Bistro, I assume.
Yep, the one's
Okay.
right there.
Yeah. You had a thoughtful look about that one. Should probably look into it. Maybe that could be useful somehow. Anyway,
Curious what businesses will be there soon.
yeah. She just starts at her finger to the town side. She hops up and
Kind of gives
Some of
like a slow raise of her hand. Yeah. Kind of like it does a little fist. Yeah.
Molt.
So as you make your way down, you know, as you're leaving the park, you kind of glance the way over towards the east, and now there's a lot more smoke and dark. Walt kind of looks over there. I wonder what's happening, because now it's not looking so good. Those are some dark clouds. A bunch of stuff must be burning that or a particular type of thing.
I find myself wondering that too. I don't think Eloic was left with any sort of additional instructions after she was poofed.
Oh, just
Okay.
go do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So where does Elliot go? What do you do now? Malt just kind of follows you expectantly.
Well, Eloic just kind of takes a deep breath and just keeps an eye on that direction, but moves towards the shop area, the strip of shops, and move on down here to have a look at the buildings. Just southward.
No spot.
Okay. 10 plus... Actually, it's not minimum 10 for me, is it? No, it's not. It's 15 minimum. And... Spot. There you go, 28.
As you're heading down, you notice off to your left in the east, you know, like sudden movements moving around about the flowers. You kind of look that way and there's someone fencing about the flowers. And it's a small pixie. You're like, oh yeah, wasn't that pixie that was just
Definitely
kind of
not
showed
up to no good.
Yeah, she's definitely not up to no good.
So she's hovering near the flowers. What did she appear to be doing, you said?
She just seems to be flying around them. Though you can't really tell from here what she's doing, as she's kind of small.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna sort of walk up. Look at this nonchalantly. See what she does.
Kind of like notices you, and as soon as she does, just disappears.
What was that pixie doing? I'm gonna look and see where she was and see if I notice anything off.
Alright, move over there.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
So, where do you enter from? What do you do?
I'm gonna move. I know pixies are mischievous, right? Do I think that maybe
Yeah.
she's like a trap?
Well, you know they're mischievous. They always like to just do pranks and have fun. And as you walk over there, you met with a bunch of different smells that don't quite add up.
Like how? Like it's pungent?
Well, certainly not what flowers are supposed to smell like. Well, it kind of like comes down here, like leans down a bit.
What?
These flowers, they smell like pancakes.
Yeah, that's
She
exactly.
tinkered with the
common-
smells.
She eyes the flowers dubiously with her one eye. Like, she's like, this isn't right.
Let me see.
She like moves over here and like gags, and she like moves back.
Why was she messing with the flowers?
Those smell like boiled eggs. She like points at the purple flowers.
I'm gonna detect the magic.
Yeah, it's detect magic.
Yep.
So, as you go through the motion to cast detect magic, you notice the flowers are very magical right now.
Ugh. What's
Roll Arcana.
okay? I'll do 7, 6. What in the contractor's name did she do? Arcana is knowledge. There you go. Okay.
Arcana.
That is 26.
Roll knowledge extraplanar at advantage.
Okay, let's see. 2d20. Ch.1 plus 7 plus. Did I have prof initiative? No, I do not. 8 plus 0. It's a 21. Why is it
So,
20? Yeah, 21.
While fey creatures are certainly not your expertise of knowledge, but you do know that pixies can't just suddenly make things magical. At least, not normally. But what they can do is effectively sprinkle pixie dust on things to have different magical effects. Which, looking at the flowers, you're pretty sure that that's what this does. Or what this is. That pixie just sprinkled pixie dust on these flowers to make them smell different. like goes around the other side. And she just kind of like looks at the flowers. These don't smell like anything at all.
Alec moves up while holding a hand to her nose, pinching her nose a little bit to try and investigate alongside her.
Yeah, these are definitely, it's like, Malt kind of like runs the hand, her finger across one of the flowers and looking at it. That is definitely pixie dust.
But why was she here and messing with the flowers using pixie dust? Is he just trying to rile
Malt
someone
kind of
up?
offers a small smile at that. Do you really need to ask? It's a pixie. Why wouldn't she do it?
Well, I suppose.
Notice the flowers directly south of you smell delicious.
I just thought it was
And it smells like apple pie.
just such an out there thing to do, I thought. But oh well. What a strange sight.
Yeah, so the flowers smell not like flowers, but a bunch of different other things. And then one bed of flowers just doesn't smell like a damn thing.
That's kind of off-putting, though.
And yeah, the pixie. Why did the pixie do it? Boredom.
I'm sure this is actually
She
single
finds she finds flowers that don't smell right. Funny. Those who happen across them.
Yeah, this seems to be a trend with her.
Malt then moves over to like the last flower patch in the middle. And she kind of like cranes her neck back at this. This smells like bubble gum. She kind of then smiles a little. Oh, because they're pink. That's funny.
Lavik has a small smile at that, just kind of like,
Yeah, Lillian made the pink flowers smell like bubble gum.
well, that was a fun distraction. It'll be some.
Kind of offers a shrug. Pixies will be pixies, I suppose.
Ellie just nods with a small grin. Well, shall we head westward?
She nods. I'm curious what this building here will be.
She referring to the one in front of us?
Essentially the ones directly to the west.
Yeah.
So as the two kind of make your way over there, you kind of go by the door.
Ow.
Malt looks surprised
Wait, why is she surprised?
at the door. You're just building right there. South. This looks to be an antique shop.
Look at the
I
sign.
cannot help but wonder. What?
As I read, I'm looking at the sign if there's any, and on the door of the antique shop that Malt identified. Oh, for fuck's sake!
What?
Something happened with the sheet with the map. You what?
Well, what the hell? Who did that?
I don't
Well, it
know.
wasn't me. I hit Control Z.
I am. Okay, that's seem to fix it.
Yeah, it's back to whatever it was.
Okay. Yeah, proceed.
Yeah, so as you look at the door, this looks like it's to be an antique shop. Malton looks to you. Someone must have been collecting a lot of things over the past year. Probably going to be what they have collected. Probably old things from all over, by the looks of it.
I kinda wanna go inside and check now. Maybe the
Yeah.
maybe the proprietor to be is in.
Well, it does not appear to be open just yet, though, by the looks of it, it should be sometime within the next few days, I think. I think it'll be interesting to come back to this another day, once it's open.
I'm definitely gonna
Because you
keep my eye
find
on
all
this one.
sorts of interesting things in old shops.
Another weak
In
nods.
fact, kind of raises a finger slowly.
Yeah.
I have found Magitech in antique shops in Marina that nobody knew exactly what they had, but I was able to identify it.
Really? Well, that is the
Gives
one.
a small
That is the
nod.
magical. That is the magical thing about antique shops. It's like a mystery bag of things no one ever would have considered.
Yeah, some items people believe to be mundane magical items are actually far more advanced than they think, because at a glance, the mechanism of them seems very simple. The object that I found was a lamp, which the proprietor believed should just simply be enchanted. However, that was not the case. It was in fact Magitech that made it operate. It simply looked to be an enchanted lamp, but in reality, it was a lot more complicated than that. But unless you're intimately familiar with Magitech, you would never know the difference. But what makes it so special is since it was Magitech, additional functions could be added to it, like changing the color of the light, adjusting the brightness, and so on. Where if it was just enchanted, it would simply turn on and off. That's one of the fundamental differences of Magitech, is it's very flexible in what it can do. Even for something as simple as a lamp. Jason smiles.
Zoe just kind of considers her words for a second. Yeah, there's a lot of different uses you can find in Magitech.
He nods.
Not even
It
for
boils down. Sorry, go on.
No, she can go first.
It boils down to the innovator who designed it and the engineer who implemented it.
Precisely.
Which is to say that this lamp was far more advanced than anything I had seen, which largely made me wonder where it came from. Clearly not the surface, as we didn't have Magitech that advanced. In fact, it was from this lamp that I learned a great deal of advanced techniques that I implement now, such as multifunctions. And to think, just a simple lamp is where I learned that much. The artifacts of the Elpidominos really are something else,
So I've
as
heard.
that was the only logical explanation as to what it was.
I should say, heard a bit about their exploits. Exploits lately. I'd like to take a gander at all of their tech at some point. I wouldn't be able to tell as much as you would. Maybe it's the old merchant's nose, you know.
Anyway, roll Spunt.
Yeah. Roll that. 20, 11, 15 plus 6. 22.
So as you're speaking with Malt, kind of looking to the west, you notice off to the southwest a massive wave form up. And from where you are down to the docks is about 30 feet. Well, that looks to be 30 feet higher than that. And it just seems like it came out of nowhere. Malt kind of speaks up. What? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Did you see that, Malt? That
See
over
what?
there. A wave.
As you point in that direction, the wave just kind of falls down out of sight as Malt turns that way. I don't see anything.
For a second there was this huge wave.
She kind of like shoots you a bit of a skeptical look with her single eye. You would think there'd be a storm or something if it was that big or sudden.
First there's smoke.
I mean, I believe you. It's just that's a little odd, don't you think?
First there's smoke, and then there's what seemed to be a big fire, and then there's a wave. Are we under an attack or something?
That's an interesting question. While I can't say we can do much about the fire, that wave you mentioned is really curious. What did it do?
It just rose like leagues high, then slammed down out of view.
If that was magic... It kind of brings a hand to her chin. How was it so big? You kind of realize that too. You're like, wait. You're familiar with the control water spell, and you're just like, it doesn't make that much water move. Like, that was something pretty impressive. Not outright terrifying. Because if you try to think about it, roll intelligence.
Yeah. This would be logic.
Oh, this is just a straight intelligence.
Okay. 12.
You think about it and you're just like, what could have done that? And nothing comes to mind because you don't know any control water spells that powerful, but what other spells are there that controls water to that degree? You certainly can't think of any. You're pretty familiar with spells that interact with nature, so this is kind of a given. That looked exactly like control water, only much, much bigger.
It's like a control water spell, but clearly, that's too big to just be your everyday control water. What could have done this?
That is a very good question. Shall we take a look?
There's a part of me that wants to stay out of there, but the rest of me is screaming at me to go to have a look. I don't like it. Let's go, Malt.
Kind of looks over at the fire. We should probably go to the south, because we don't want to get anyone's way over there.
Eloix's taking a brisk walk down the southern direction.
So the two of you kind of move down that way, and it's quiet. Normally when you're walking down the street, we can hear the hustle and bustle of the market, because it's not that far away. But it is dead quiet.
Malt?
Malt kind of looks at you with a concerned look. I don't like how quiet it is.
It's not just me then. I don't like it either.
So
Elowick's
as
just...
you guys make your way down,
See, Elowick is... Feeling her instincts kicking in, I'm gonna quickly cast Long Strider on us both.
so the two of you very quickly kind of make your way down south, at a brisk pace. And you like, work your way down near the ramp. And as you get to the bottom, you look to the north and you're shocked at what you see, or rather what you don't see. Because as you look, the market is gone.
What?
Malt just kind of like blinks a few times. What happened?
Where did all the stalls go? Where did the people go?
Where did everything go? Yeah, it is very silent here, very eerie.
In the water next to them, like a couple bodies just pop up from the fucking whirlpool.
Here we are.
Alt kind of like looks at you with concern. Like, we probably shouldn't be down here.
What do you mean we shouldn't? She just kind of looks around, a little distraught. Actually, very distraught.
I have a bad feeling about this. And shortly after she says that, the tram area to the north just explodes.
Okay.
Alt looks very surprised at this. And then just starts walking to the west.
Who could have done this? Malt! Wait up!
I think this is one of those situations where it's better to just pretend like you didn't see anything. As I don't think we can or really should provide answers to it. Probably best not to be questioned.
Not.
And you realize Malt's making kind of a good point. You guys are trying to lay low, so the last thing you need is guards accompanying you.
Right.
Because you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right. Let's not get mixed up in all that confusion.
Malt just kind of like looks out of sight. It's like a bunch of guards just start moving past you all in that direction. Well, something's certainly happening.
Wish we could help. But you're right, Malt.
Well, shall we continue on our way?
Oh, did the mom just kind of slap her own cheeks a bit with the both of her hands, like foam hands, like, alright. Not gonna let this ruin our girl's day out.
Malt shrugs. I imagine people will figure it out. Hopefully. She kind of just gives you a bit of a small wry smile, as in like, hopefully this isn't as bad as it looks.
Hopefully. Anyway. Do I see the Lillian?
Yeah, as you're walking by, you see the pixie again, finagling with flowers.
This time, I'd like to try and stealthily sneak up, but I'm gonna...
Roll stealth.
Yeah.
That's where I heard you say sneakily stuffed banana. I'm like, what?
Sneak banana.
Sneak with banana.
I'm gonna smack I stealthily throw a banana at Lillian.
Let's see if I can walk up behind her. See, that's a 6 and a D6. Oogie. Let's do a sneaky.
Knowing
23 sneaky.
she would take that as a, knowing Lillian, she'd take that as an invitation for an impromptu food fight.
So as you kind of, sneak along the hedge, there at the edge of the little park, she does not appear to notice you as she just kind of like prances about, like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, kind of humming to herself as she's sprinkling pixie dust over the flowers.
How far am I able to get while sneaking? Just here? Or what?
Well, you're able to get that far without her noticing.
Okay.
She seems a little preoccupied with what she's doing.
Let me see here.
What Ailey would do?
Oh yes. Okay, so as soon as that happens, I'm just going to. I like to use my telekinesis to mentally grab onto her, and as I go, like, what are you doing here?
Make a sanity check.
Get a sanity check to try to
grab her.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend my inspiration on this one. +4. Check your san. I don't think I get any other bonuses to that. 14.
So as she's like, suddenly looks like she's squeezed.
What would you
Not
be
today! And she just poofs.
doing? Yeah, I figured she probably did with Eloise wouldn't know that.
So you managed to get a grip of her, but she just poofed away.
Yeah, I figured
Nice to say, stopping a pixie is not easy.
No. But hey, I snuck up on her.
You had her for a moment. She goes and flies off somewhere. With her having left, Malt looks around, kind of peers around the hedge. What did she do?
She's messing with the flowers again. She has to be going all over town, altering their scents.
She moves over here and leans down. And you notice all the flowers all turn towards Malt's direction.
Or
Start hissing at her.
or
It's fucking flowing.
or that, I suppose. I hope that's not dangerous.
Malt brings her finger down to one and it bites her.
Okay, that's enough of that tomfoolery.
But you notice it doesn't really do anything. It keeps trying to bite her, but it doesn't accomplish anything. It's
Okay,
a
no.
little hard for a flower to be dangerous, but it's certainly trying. And this little petals jump, 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 jump,
At least there's
doing
that.
absolutely nothing.
At least there's that.
Well, I imagine this effect will wear off in a few hours.
Probably. Because I shouldn't be so
Oh,
high
man.
strung.
But
No,
it's very unnerving that all the flowers are just turned in your direction.
Very.
The closer one's hissing at you.
And now I'm just trying to remember how long the effect or whatever that
This looks
of
wrong.
the garden that Thomas had. Or it's still really sad.
Yeah, eventually, you all made Pixie, made her go clean it up. It smelled atrocious. It would have lasted for like a day, but, you know, you went and cleaned it up.
Alright. I still remember though. Who decided it was a good idea to give the flowers booze?
Oh, Malden, you just kind of like walk out the other side, kind of shrug, going, well, it's not hurting anybody, because, well, they can't hurt anything, they're flowers.
Leanne.
They can certainly try.
They can indeed.
They will. They will
Yeah, they will
try.
try.
So I move on. To Falls northward. Looking
So you
over
head back on up.
development plan.
Or you kind of swing by the other building that's not quite done, but, you know, looks to be relatively finished. And you, like, check the door and there's nothing on this one. It looks like this one's not quite done yet. Has not yet been assigned. Though I'm still curious what it will be.
Same.
And, like, looks over to your home. It's like, literally, like, it's like across the street. I hope it's something useful, as that's a very convenient location.
Maybe a prospective business partner. For the both of us.
Kind of like gets a look of realization. Oh, speaking of business, have you...
Was she
Oh,
pausing there
I sneezed.
initially? Good.
No, I sneezed. I was like, eh. Anyway, so... as I was saying... Oh. Have you checked on Fenby yet?
No,
Or Altan? I wonder if they're around.
that's right. I've been meaning to look into it. Once we're done here, I plan to check in with them.
She gives a small nod. Alright, shall we continue?
Yeah. Let's head on.
Well, two of you move back towards, you know, the strip with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And as you move over there, you find a certain snow elf just hanging out.
And where did our tokens go? Oh, there you go.
They're way down there.
There she is again. What
She seems unfazed by the chaos to the west.
to have her
Roll
nerves?
perception.
Yeah. Spot, I assume.
Spot.
$23.
So as you, like, come up on her, you notice she's walking kind of, you know, pacing side to side while looking in the windows. And then kind of walking back. And then walking back again. She's just pacing side to side, looking at stuff in the windows.
I'm gonna walk up to her alongside Malt. Like I'm not
Roll
breaking.
inside.
Yeah. 6 plus Insato. 28.
So as you look at her, she looks conflicted. Though it's hard to tell by her expression because it doesn't have a whole lot of expression. But her body language looks conflicted.
Yeah. So with Malt following suit because I'm not breaking stride to just like walk away from her once we're up there and I'm gonna address the Snow Elf woman. Hello again, miss. Anything I can help you with? I actually happen to be the owner of the shop.
She's a little startled when you call out to her.
I actually happen to be the owner of this shop. Of this boutique.
Oh, okay. Kind of like looks around towards the glass. It's very interesting clothes. Very different from what I'm used to.
I flash her a grin. Anything that caught your eye?
Well, all of it, technically speaking.
Would you like to come inside and have a closer look?
I was a little conflicted at that. Roll persuasion.
Alrighty then. That's 5 plus 2d6. Persuader! It's a 22.
So she looks to think about it for a moment before just kind of sighing. I suppose it can't hurt.
Welcome in. As she unlocks the door. Goes to unlock the door, I should say.
You go to unlock the door; it's clearly open. You're like, oh yeah, this is business hours, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Fenby and Alton must be hard at work. As I then open the door, as I call it, as I first say, "Come on in," and then call out, "Fenby, Alton, is Eliwick?"
All right, so bloop and bloop.
Boom, 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 boom. Take the
Well, as you
floors.
come in, you find, Alton at, the counter, just kind of sitting there. Kind of like looking back towards the back. And you kind of like follow his, line of sight, where you find Fenby just running around back and forth, moving things around. Seeming to collect different materials before then moving to grab some other thing. Kind of puts them all together, starts working with them. Suffice to say, she looks to be in a hurry. Where Alton kind of has a bit of a look like he kind of just he feels a little bad.
Benny, slow down, girl.
She just throws everything in her hands all over as you call out to her.
Grab with
Very
telekinesis.
clearly startled.
Grab with telekinesis.
Make a sanity check. Her stuff she was carrying just exploded in all directions. And she's like, Well, Alton kind of does a double take in your direction.
This would be 7. By the way, question, because this used to be intelligence. Is this something you decided on, or with regards to my telekinesis? Or what did that change when I changed?
That changed when you changed.
Okay, got it. When I do this with...
your telekinesis might be a little more powerful now.
Alright, would I do... Oh yeah, I would do this proficiency. Derp, I forgot I have proficiency in this. Let me roll my prop die.
Essentially, it'd be the same proficiency as before, it's just now uses sanity.
Yeah, okay, so an additional 5 for 12. Afagor.
So you managed to catch most of it, the more fragile bits and cloth. Oh, the other things spools of thread just kind of fall to the ground.
Also, did she fall as well? If so, can I swoop in and try and help?
No, she didn't fall. She hopped up and just threw everything because you startled the hell out of her.
I'm home.
Roll insight.
Yeah. 20 plus
Actually, roll insight twice. One for Alton as well,
2.
because he kind of does a double take in your direction.
D20 plus 6 plus 2d6. Okay, so Alton, Fenby, 1831.
So Alton kind of like looks surprised, as in like, wait, is that really Eliwick? Like he's giving you that look like you're not supposed to be here, but you're here. Kind of look like, how are you here? One of those look. It's like you know, someone's off, traveling. They're supposed to be on vacation for like 2 months. You come back and you find them like there at home 3 days later. Like, wait, didn't you be on the other side of the world by now? It's like kind of one of those looks like, huh? Whereas Fenby, you can tell that she was shocked by your voice, as in like Eliwick, and she's just like, what? That startled the hell out of her because she wasn't expecting you to suddenly call out to her. And considering she was really busy, she's just like, oh no. Just kind of ends up throwing it because she's surprised. She very quickly begins to move to go collect things and pick them up. Malton kind of moves over and starts helping her.
Sam, I also go to help.
Meanwhile,
her.
Oriana just kind of hovers around by the door.
Sorry, Fanny. Didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's you. She like holds a hand out towards you. What are you doing here?
I'm home a little early, and I'm having a girls' day out with Malt.
Alton just kind of shoots you a smile. A little early. Girl, you are. Kind of like looks over towards the calendar. You're 3 months early. Did something happen?
Ella just kind of shrugs at that. Plans changed. Anyway, she then turns to point towards direction of Malt with her hand, who's now looking like very unmaltly.
Yeah, Svenby kind of does a double take because Malt's like right next to her, but she only just realizes who's next to her, like helping her pick stuff up.
It's probably been a while. It's been a while since you've seen her, probably. But yeah.
She like looks dumbfounded as she looks at Malt, who just kind of gives a small wave. Svenby just kind of then smiles. I've never seen her in casual clothing before. This is, well, it's wow. She holds out both her hands towards Malt. She looks really cute in that.
I know, right?
Alton just kind of like grins as she like adds, yeah, she looks very cute in that, in fact. Which causes Malt to have a bit of a blush at that. But you can tell that he did that on purpose. So, he like looks between the three of you. What are you three lovely ladies doing here? Well, other than her owning the place, but wait.
Oh,
it is what it is.
We're taking a look around town, I said. Taking the opportunity to catch up and bond a little. And then we run into this lady here. Seemed very curious about the boutique. So I figured may as well invite her in. See if you find something to her liking.
Alton just kind of grins at that too. Yeah, I saw her kind of wandering around outside. I thought maybe to invite her in, but Fenby's a little busy over there, but helping her, well, technically manning the front. Fenby very, very quickly goes back to what she was doing, collecting things and moving them around.
Huh.
He's like, there's much work to be done. Much work. Yes, much. And she's just kind of like running around.
I should help out soon.
Kind of like cranes his neck in your direction. Apparently, we got some orders at the last minute that want to be done within... She pauses. He pauses for a moment. Tomorrow? I mean, they're not complicated orders, at least not by the looks of it. but some pretty simple clothing for the road, so to speak. You would think that, they'd speak over with Rundle over there, or even Dudley, but, well, no, they want something that's, more upper class, more highbrow, if you get what I mean. I mean, not to say that our wares here are snooty or anything. He kind of shoots you a smile at that.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. So, who's our client and what sort of orders?
That's the thing. We don't know. At least, not directly.
You don't know it? You didn't know?
She kind of gives a shrug. Ask Gwendol. She's the one that came with it. She ordered a couple sets of clothing, but based on their size, and the difference in them, these are for different people. And tall folk, by the look of it, well, most of them anyway. Which Fenby's currently in the process of putting things together.
Huh. I'll ask her a minute.
I would be over there helping her, but, well, someone's got to mind the store. He kind of gets that guilty look like, It's like we can't both be back there working.
Well, for now, let me lighten the load for you a little bit and show a new customer around.
Alright, I will leave this to you. As he kind of moves over to help Fenby in the meantime.
And move on over. Do. What is she presently doing? Oriana.
He is just silently watching you all.
Let me show you around the boutique.
She gives a small nod and just follows in pace behind you. Meanwhile, Malt just kind of goes over to the till and just kind of, sits behind it. I'll take care of this. You notice that, a couple customers come in behind you all. So I used to stay, it's still kind of busy.
I flash her a grin and a thumbs up message. Thank you, Malt.
Just nods when turning towards the customers and stuff. So, what do you do, Eliwick?
A bunch of people just walk into the boutique and see the top engineer just manning. He's like, hello.
In attire that's unfitting. First of all, this is like the last person they thought to encounter. Second, what the hell is she wearing? I mean, it's very normal, but that's the thing.
I am going to keep
normal clothes.
I am going to keep an ear in her direction just to see how, just in case she might need help. But other than that,
this is not the first time she's done this.
Okay,
There's been many times after you all came here that, she would help, man the stall while you helped Fenby and Alton, because suffice to say, you guys have had lots of orders for things because people came here with pretty much nothing.
Okay, gotcha.
So essentially, the town's been building itself up while at the same time helping everyone else because, all your luggage kind of sank out in the middle, just outside the No More. So you all come out here with the shirts on your back, so to speak. So after getting materials collected, mostly the dwarves, we got around to beginning to create clothing, and suffice to say, you and Brewell have been very busy.
Yeah. Okay, so good to know. Well, in that case, I'm gonna dedicate my full attention to showing her. Let's see, looking at her physique and her form. I believe she was described as wearing like a hakama.
She's wearing like a martial arts kind of gi.
Yeah, and she's a lithe and slender girl, I believe.
At a glance, she appears to be.
Yeah. Let's
Hard
see.
to tell with what she's wearing.
See.
As it covers most of her physique.
Yeah.
You can tell that it is most certainly built for fighting. It's not casual clothing.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah, so, but it looks so, yeah, so I'll walk up to her, and as I do, go like, so it looks like, look of your outfit. You like comfy wear that you can move around a lot in, right?
He just nods.
Would you also be interested in looking at different things? Or would you like something more along the lines of what you're currently wearing?
He pauses for a moment. Perhaps something different?
Alright.
Kind of like looks at her outfit with like a bit of a frown.
Then let's start there. As I take her to the section that has like really pretty.
Roll
beautiful-
intuition.
Okay, I will roll intuition before I do that. Once my mouse wakes up. D20 plus 6 plus D6 into it. That's an 18. Oh wow. Oh wow. I hope I'm cursed.
Alright, so other than Catherine, you've never seen another snow elf before. And granted, you know, Oriana's a half snow elf, but she very much looks... She effectively looks a lot like a normal snow elf. So you can't really tell that she's a half elf. You know, not like Sophia, who's very clearly, you know, a half Kibohanan elf. Oriana looks like a pureblood, but she still has a bit of a physique that, you know, a bit more like built, that suggests also kind of a human.
Noted.
But that aside, she looks to be about, you know, the size of a normal elf.
Gotcha. Already.
Which is saying she's right at about 5 foot,
About 5 foot.
if
Okay.
not about an inch or two shorter. Which you do have some clothing and, you know, in store for people around that size, because the only other people who generally come here other than dwarves are elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, humans don't really come around here. Nothing does, because this is a very kind of, you know, secretive place currently. The only ones that really know anything about it are the different elves and the dwarves. So yeah, you do have a couple of dresses and other things that are about that size.
Yes.
Some things might be a little too big, but you know, the whole idea of it, you know, get an idea of what it could be.
So I direct her towards a section that has dresses in her size. They're pretty thin and not super thin, but no, flows very easily. I find one in a blue color. So hold it out towards her and
You
just
can
kind of compare.
probably guess by looking at her outfit and the accessories there. Everything she's wearing is blue with, like, you know, highlights. And you take another closer look and it looks, actually, there's ice motifs to it. And you take another closer look along the seams of her outfit and whatnot, and you notice little small, like, snowflakes and ice crystals. Her entire theme of her attire is actually snow and ice, which you would never have noticed unless you were looking this close like you are now.
Well, Olby, did you have your outfit enchanted?
She just softly shakes her head. Not entirely. Technically, it is imbued by divine magic, but that's a different story.
Oh yeah, right.
He then, like, looks at it.
That's fascinating.
I like ice. You know, as she speaks with you, she doesn't have a whole lot of expressive to her, but you can tell by her her body language, that she looks a little excited.
Which
You're coming to find out, this is not a very expressive woman, but her body language speaks for her. She kind of seems almost a little giddy. You kind of get the impression that snow elves don't exactly dress up or really do much with their clothing other than stuff that keeps them from dying, because the north is kind of dangerous. You don't know a lot about the Snowlands, other than it's one of the places you'd probably never want to go. It's not as bad as the Feydark, but it's still pretty bad.
What do you mean you don't want to, when you live in the Arctic or wherever, you don't really take the time to care about how something looks?
Yeah, you can tell that her outfit is mostly functional, but it has little, like, modifications of, you know, the little aesthetics, which she very clearly added onto it.
I like the
You can
little
tell by
additions.
the seams in it. It was just a very plain, you know, light blue gi, but she added all the little this and that's to it. So it just tells you that she likes aesthetics. You know, that kind of matters to her, but she hasn't really had an opportunity to do anything with it. And that's probably what you're thinking as you look her over, because had she had the opportunity, she probably wouldn't be wearing that right now.
You clearly have a
In fact,
lot of
I think
skill.
it's maybe why she was even over here looking, because she's wanting to get something, but not sure what.
You have a lot of skill.
Much like with the incident of the pastries, it's like so many options. Where do I begin? Now it's like so much clothes. Where do I begin?
You clearly have a lot of skill. I like your modifications. It gives you this magical, ethereal feel. As I bring out this this ballroom dress with a greenish hue with.
You might actually get a very small smile from her at this.
Nah.
My people don't care much for aesthetics. I think they're kind of boring.
So she said that she thinks that her people are boring because they don't care for aesthetics.
Yeah, she's like, people don't care for aesthetics much. But, well, that's understandable considering how frickin' dangerous out there. It's like, it doesn't need to look good, it just needs to work. But you can tell that she's not satisfied with that mindset. And judging by the look of it, like, this is embroidery, so this was sewn on. Roll investigation.
Yeah. Alright. 20 plus 6. Investigation. Alright. Investi. 28.
So
Actually,
now
do I
you
get-
take a closer look.
I was just wondering if I would get advantage due to my background.
Actually, yeah, you would technically.
I'll do another d20. and see
Especially
if-
given what it is.
Okay, no, it's still 28.
So as you take a closer look at it, you notice that a lot of this is actually embroidery. And you're just like, huh, that would take a lot of time to do and a lot of finesse. So if she did this herself, she's really good with a sewing needle. Because you can tell that this was done by hand.
Well, I'll be.
And it must have taken a while.
You're a bona fide seamstress of yourself, miss. I'm glad to hear that someone.
Shakes their head. I don't think I could call myself that, though I did make these changes. I learned how to do much of this, but, well,
Still
there's
like
only
this.
so much you can learn with people that don't know a lot about this sort of thing. So when I saw this seamstress boutique here, I thought, that's interesting. I wonder how it all works.
I'll like.
So you're like, oh, so essentially she's reached the peak of the limited knowledge she could find. As her people just aren't very good at this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Probably because they don't need to do it.
Uh-huh.
It's technically seen as unnecessary.
Well, I'll say that this much. I'm rather impressed by your handiwork so far.
She gives a small nod. I hope to learn more about it.
As Ellie just kind of sniffles for a bit, kind of moved by this display. Well, I'm ever glad I ran into you.
Oriana pauses for a moment before continuing. I never would have imagined that sewing could be so interesting and fun. And the making things. She kind of like looks across the little aesthetics on her gi. It's something that I did not expect that I would enjoy, but, well, that's just how things turned out.
That's often how one finds a passion. It can lie in the strangest of places. Especially from
She offers like a very faint grin. Sophia's kind of bad at it, though.
Yeah, I think I remember Sophia.
Yep, you know that was the other woman with her.
Alright. What's your name, miss? Because I don't think I ever caught it.
You know, she didn't. You know who Sophia is because she introduced herself, although this woman never did. She kind of kept to herself. She then speaks up. Oriana.
So, Ariana, what brings you to these parts? As I start shifting to a couple more options of like
She
various
points
forms of
at you.
dresses.
You all.
Us? Not breaking.
Give a small nod.
Not skipping a beat. Just comparing like a couple of different options for her.
Sophia and I are here to help you all.
Oh yeah, I see.
As far as why that is, well, you'll have to ask Sophia that, as I'm not allowed to say.
Gotcha. I'll be sure to. Anyway, for now, what do you
Not
think?
that she would mind to say so. Just a matter of protocol, that's all.
Eloic nods.
You're like, that means that Sophia's clearly her superior in some regard.
Alrighty, and I've collected a couple of ballroom gowns as well as evening wear.
She didn't say it in 4 words. That is which I cannot say.
It's
Well,
patented
that's
by
just-
Nakasi. And I'm
Yeah,
He
gonna
that's-
say,
seems
a god
practically intrigued. Yeah, that's a god thing.
yeah, as well as
Oh, it's still funny though.
is that this. I think these would probably suit your. I think these would suit your complexion really well.
She is very excited looking at the dresses. Her face doesn't show it much, but you could just see by her hands, like, cupped together, and she's kind of like, leaned down just a bit looking at them. Suffice to say, she looks to be a little excited.
It's like I spent my entire life looking at a woman just like this. I know those muted smiles, those dim but bright eyes.
She kind of like looks between them. Which one should I do first?
This. How about this one? And as I extend the green one, and then I direct her to a nearby changing room.
She takes it and gives a nod. Kind of goes into the changing room. After about a minute, she's like, I could use a hand.
Course,
Don't know what I'm doing.
course.
So as you go into the changing room, and that's exactly what you see. This woman has no idea how to put on this thing. She's just kind of there in her underwear, trying to put it on, but she's putting it on at a wrong angle. It's just this woman is never dressed in proper, formal attire. That much is abundantly clear.
Oh, my bad. Let me help you with that one. See, put
She
your
looks,
head in like this.
a little embarrassed. She doesn't. Her face didn't show, but the blush on her face tells you all you need to know. That she's embarrassed that she can't do this herself.
It's everyone's had a first time. There's nothing
So
at
you
all.
kind of help her into the outfit. Get everything all laced up properly. And when she's finished, you're kind of impressed. This looks very nice on her. So as the two then, step out of the changing room, so she can get a better look at the mirrors on the walls down there.
Yep.
And shortly after you come out, there's a very loud, appreciative whistle coming from Alton across the room. Which Fenby very quickly just reaches over and slugs him in the shoulder without looking away from what she's doing.
Ignoring that display.
He's like, ow!
Ignoring that display, I understand. I wave a hand at the mirror and then flash Oriana's smile. Like, what do you think?
He doesn't say anything right away, though Malton kind of speaks up. That looks very nice on her. Oriana then speaks up in this little soft voice. I feel pretty. And then kind of gives like a little twirl.
I agree.
I didn't think I'd be wearing anything like this, but then, well, I could certainly get used to it.
Makes sense if you're on the move.
Like a faint smile.
Makes sense if you're on the move and traveling, but every girl's gotta have her moment to just enjoy the feeling of being pretty. I'm glad I could help you. I'm glad I could help you have one.
It is appreciated.
Now, try this one on. Try this on.
What is this one?
And this one would be. It's like it would be a different sort of ballroom gown. It would have a couple of different cuts. It would be a little lower in some parts, a little taller in other parts. It would have a motif, like sort of similar to the sky at night.
It's a very starry material.
It would have been. It would have been essentially the first prototypes that Ellie would have tried to implement, like that type of motif. Shortly.
So once again, she goes into the changing area, and you follow after her because she's still not used to it. So as you get it all laced up and nice, and this one looks really good on her.
Yep.
So as the two of you step out, and kind of look at the mirrors, and she just looks kind of in awe as she stares at the mirror. The last time she, did a bit of, moving around. This time she's just kind of staring at herself in the mirror.
That would have essentially been like,
That looks very nice on her. In fact, yeah, very, very much so. As you look her over, it's like the aesthetics of this dress just contrast really well, with her hair and her eyes, and it's kind of because it's got a bit of darker blues and purples to it, as if it's the dusk of the night just kind of coming up, it's transitioning, and it's very pretty twilight colors. And you notice that the little star motifs running across different parts of it also looks really nice. It just overall, the appearance, it's one of those things where someone puts on something and it's just that looks like it belongs on you. That's kind of that look with this.
Everything to yourself for a second. It's like, it may not be woven ether, but that is still one of her finest creations in this moment. It's like she's happy she was able to make something that big with mortal power. And then she squeezed a little bit and just kind of claps her hands together, excitement. It looks so cute on you.
Fenby actually pauses for a moment to look over. That looks absolutely gorgeous on her. Oriana just kind of very, very quietly kind of just, tucks her hands together, just you can tell that she feels really embarrassed. At the same time, kind of flattered. Where Alton just kind of gives a big thumbs up with a cheesy smile. When Fenby's no longer looking in that direction.
How's Oriana responding to that now?
She looks certainly happy, relatively speaking.
And Elevate claps her hand together again. Alright, ready for the next outfit?
She gives a crisp nod. Turn. What is this one?
Parody. So she then takes a moment to think. I shown you some of my work. So let's give one of Fenby's outfits a try first. For this next one. And she finds
Alright, what's this one look like?
she moves over to the section that she knows that Fenby would be responsible for, and it's also a dress, but it's
as you do that,
but
Alton speaks up. Hey, hold on. Quickly, moves over towards the door.
yeah, Alton?
Other than stepping out. What the? Hey, girls! And waves you over. Take a look at this.
As Elevate just kind of raises her eyebrow in a bit of concern as she then moves to follow.
He also follows out, kind of peering around. And you look over to the west, and there is now two very big billows of fire or smoke going up. And these ones are much, much, much bigger than the tram one. You can tell that whatever's going on over there's a lot of material burning. Alton speaks up. Isn't that in the direction of those warehouses that was temporarily put up?
Oh no!
He crosses his arms before he looks over towards you and the others. There's something kind of fishy going on here. I mean, the fire at the tram station was one thing, but that's suspicious. Well, what does Ellie do?
As Eliwick briefly looks towards Malt. Wait, how is she looking, by the way, as she does?
Roll inside.
Yeah. $35.
Malt seems, a bit shocked, but at the same time, she's not. In fact, you can tell that there's underneath it, outside of the, concern, she seems a little too calm at the same time. Now, you wouldn't have noticed if you weren't paying close attention. Roll intuition.
Okay, we'll do. 25.
You think Malt might know something about what's happening. Though she's clearly not saying for reasons that she clearly can't, or shouldn't anyway. Which is probably why she looks so concerned, now that you think about it. Because if she does know something about what's going on, that also means that she can't do anything about it. Which would be very frustrating, now that you think about it.
Malt, am I coming with me for a moment?
Sure. Where to?
And then she directs it in English. She's like, sorry, Oriana, I'll be right back. You can ask Fenby to show you to her collection. And I'll be right back, okay?
Yep.
Alrighty, I was gonna head. So I'm head up. I just want to take
Where
a
do
look.
you go?
I just want to take a look in that direction. So I'm gonna move towards the west, just get a little bit more lay of the land because.
So over towards the ramp.
Towards the what?
Towards the ramp?
Yeah, I think so.
Which way are you going? Sorry, I misheard.
You said the warehouses, so I want to get a more of a lay
Yeah,
of
so
the
over
land.
to the east.
Yeah.
So yeah, you move over to the ramp where you can, see the best view of what the heck's going on over there.
Yeah.
And as you look, yeah, they're completely in flames, like an inferno. Like, it's not just the buildings are on fire here or there, no, like the entire building is just on fire. And while you don't know a lot about fire regards to, wood and whatnot, but even as a forest gnome, you could tell by looking at it that that's not natural. That's arson. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Essentially, wood doesn't burn like that. It doesn't, engulf the entire thing. It would burn segments of it that would then begin to spread. Well, this looks like it all went up at once. So yeah, the tram thing was really suspicious, and now with it kind of exploding, you're like, okay, there's definitely people up to no good. But now taking a look at this, that's very concerning because it's like, wait, so first, it was the tram, something happened to it. Now the market's missing, and now this. It's very clearly the city's under attack. Like, there's no, other question about it.
Malt. There is no way around it. We're under attack right now, aren't we?
It certainly looks that way.
By whom? Why would they do this? Except to attack our economy and export.
That certainly looks to be the case. Malden turns towards you. We should probably find your grandmother and grandfather.
Yes. They would have an answer to this. They would have an answer for this.
Perhaps they know more.
Well, I
At
guess
the very least, what is going on?
I guess the girls' day out is postponed for now. I cannot just idly stand by and let this go. Or at least looking into it.
She offers a small nod at that.
And she's just kind of
There will
shaking.
be time once after we figure out what is going on.
Eloic is shaking with rage at this point. Very.
Yeah, because this is very clearly attack on all sorts of stuff. You can't even begin to fathom the amount of damage that was done and lost with the market just gone. Because you're that's, there was fine paintings in there, art, a bunch of saddles and equipment, a bunch of rugs, all sorts of stuff just gone.
Sure as my name is Eloic Rebellion. Oh, they'll get what's coming to them.
Because, a lot of people there in the market, they're set up there because buildings within town weren't quite done yet. So essentially, people were waiting for their stores to be built. But they can only be built so fast. So essentially, that's what that was. And now all of a sudden, they're just missing. Not only that, stuff is missing, people's missing, everything's just gone.
I will
You
not.
saw no signs of it anywhere. When
I
you
will not
came
let
out.
this stand. Come on, Malt. And she's briskly gonna start using the long strider speed to be to grandmother and grandfather.
So the two of you then make your way to
Uh-huh.
the Game Creepers Grove, and that's where we will end the session as you
Sounds
all
about right.
head to Malt or head to your grandmother's. Meanwhile, those on the deck get ready for a fight.
Yep, I'll see you all then. All then.